All right. Once again, thank you for joining our second week tech series program. And today we are having an exciting and enriching type, a topic that is very, very timely, which is the future proofing digital solutions and balancing innovation and scalability. And with us, we have a very known person in the space as Builder Studio and also in the space of tech. And he's no other person than Mr. Damola Oladipo. He's the founder of Builder Studio and also his technologies with expertise in building products that reduce users' frustration and headache with usable and delightful features. And Damola is skilled in product discovery, management, users experience, design, agile methodologies, and AP designs. He's also proficient in both client-side and server-side development of scalable monolithic solutions using TypeScript, React, and Node.js. Damola is passionate about the intersection of technology, data innovation, education, human and AI interaction, and emerging market. He's on a mission to empower 10 million people to be product minded and to be effortlessly create user inspired technology enabled product across the planet. This section from the profile of our facilitator is believed to be so insightful and enriching. So with no further ado, I invite to the mic no other person than Mr. Damola Oladipo, who will be taking us through the journey for today. Thank you so much, sir, for honoring our call and being with us.
Mm.
And also, we can't hear you that much. I think your mic is.
Um, I would love to have a conversation that you
Hi, Damola. I think we
respond
can't
to
hear you that
me.
much.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Please confirm you can hear me now. No.
Yeah, we can hear
Right.
you, but it's a bit down.
Is it better now?
Yeah, from my end, I can hear you. Can any other person confirm?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. All right, so I apologize. Mine from around 2 p.m. today, my network has been fluctuating, and so please bear with me. Sometimes, depending on the quality, it might pull me out, and then I'll try to join again. But I'll try as much as possible to make sure that you can hear me at every point in time. All right, so thanks for joining the call. So before we start, I want to appreciate Favor for what he has been doing so far. I've been away from Builder Studio for the past like 3 to 6 months now, and he has been pulling the weight to make sure that things can keep on going despite my unavailability. So, on behalf of everybody at Builder Studio, I'm saying thank you to Favor for keeping the bus moving forward. Yeah, so let's now come back to what we're here to discuss today. So basically, future-proofing digital solutions, balancing innovation and scalability. And innovation and building product is something that I love to do a lot. For the past 4 years, I think my roles as in and around being around product and building solutions, basically. And now I am going deeper to building my own product with writing the code and my own engineers who sometimes might delay the time for them to be able to develop and get a product to be ready for launch. I I say that sufficiently, I might be able to do some justice to based on my experience on how we can balance innovation and scalability. And today, my focus will be on, I'll start around what exactly is innovation? How do we as individuals, whether you are a software engineer, you're a product manager, you are a designer, how, how best can we innovate, right? And then how then can we now balance scalability to the things we are innovating? So in the instance of you're building a product, you're looking at you want to innovate and get customers as fast as possible. At the same time, you want to make sure that you can scale the solution to as many customers. So you're building something that customers will be looking forward to use and they'll be willing forward to pay for it. Like it provides value. And they're also looking at the unit cost of what it takes for you to scale that product to as many users as possible. And I'll be giving a lot of examples, and I'm sure you're aware about them, and then we'll discuss. So, more importantly, before I start, to follow me through the conversation and unmute yourself and make comments as we progress. So, let's get it started now. I don't know if you can confirm you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, cool. Thanks, man. All right, so let's start now. So what I want to start with now is a question. So, we live in a world where everything seems like they've built everything that we need. How many of you agree with me? You can use the chatbot, you can unmute your mouth, microphone, and respond. So do you think there are any good opportunities left based on our current world and what we currently have? Seems like every mobile app has been built, every solution out there is what we need. Like there's nothing new under the sun, right? So what do you think about this statement? Do you think we need new people to innovate? What exactly are we doing? So in terms of do we still have opportunity? Anybody wanna go? Very these are I think we're just five on the call, right? Am I correct? I think yeah, I'm seeing five people. Are you guys with me? I want us to favor. Are you sure you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
All right, cool. So do we still agree that at there are opportunity left for us to build products or innovate around? Who wants to give it a try? Favor, do you want to help us so that we can continue? Okay, I'm seeing some chats now.
Yeah, I said, do you think there are any good opportunities left? Definitely, I there are a whole lot of opportunities left out there for us to innovate, like think through and bring to life so many ideas. So I believe I am so sure about that.
All right. So, okay, thank you for that. Any other person wants to try? Okay. Mary said you can't hear us clearly. I think the network might be so bad, but can you hear me now? Can you check if you can hear me
Yeah,
now?
we can hear you. I think the network is having some downtime, like a whole lot of.
Yeah, maybe network. All right. So I just want you to follow me. Probably should turn off your video. Hello, young lady. Can you hear me?
Yes, good evening and thank you so much.
All right, cool. Thanks for joining, man. So I was asking a question based on the topic we treat now, is that we live in a world where everything seems to have been built. You have a lot of mobile applications, a lot of digital products out there that you want to even download. Some are putting ads on your face, every nook and cranny now, telling you to download their app and use their product, right? So do you think there are any other opportunities for us to innovate on?
Sorry once again, you said the right thing what?
Do you think there are any good opportunities left for us to build new products or innovate around?
Okay. You mean you are asking if there are still opportunities in the tech space to build and develop new products and innovations?
Exactly. What's your thought on that?
Yeah, yeah. The tech space is too wide, like the stars in the sky, and can accommodate even the over 7 billion people in the world. So there are more space in the space that is still left.
All right. Awesome. So it means
Yes,
that,
yes.
all right, thank
And
you.
sir,
All right, go ahead, go ahead.
okay. I was just trying to make mention. For instance, the community I represented. I am joining not just on behalf of myself, but on behalf of our organization. When we saw the advert, we find it very expedient to be part of this very important conversation. Cedar Seed Foundation, a disability-led organization. Now we are much interested in tech inclusion, so when you
There's
talked
here.
about is there any space left, we have a lot of space in the digital space or the tech world. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Don Ladi. All right, so basically, I agree with you. Why so many persons might think like, oh, there are no opportunities left, everywhere is saturated. For you to build a product now is a lot of headaches, a lot of dirty things to do, a lot of dirty hands to get on dirty. But we're gonna learn on how we can really see how these things work. So what when you want to innovate or when you want to check out new opportunities, there are three things I like to talk about when I'm leading teams on how we can innovate. Is number one, there are still products that gives you headache. There's so many products you can use that you've used today that still give you frustrations and right? For instance, maybe you moved from one location to another, and then you didn't know there was traffic on that road, and then you stay in traffic for 3 hours. That is a frustration. So it means that there are products around you on your mobile phones that people that still produces headaches and frustrations for customers. So that's another a room which we can innovate, right? There's some products that are useful today that might not be useful tomorrow. That gives us an instance to innovate. For instance, I know there was a time what was raining was typewriter. People thought about typewriter, typewriter, typewriter. And then what came around now is what? Is computers. Computer came and took away everything around typewriter. So at that time, people who were using typewriter were the best people in town. They had a lot of money. They were the people that they get jobs because if you could type fast on a typewriter, man, you are the best person on that particular street. But all of a sudden, the typewriter became obsolete. It was no more useful because the computer has become what? The go-to place to type your document out of that. Another common example that we've witnessed is there's a time if you want to watch a movie, you have to buy the disc, right? You go to the store, you make a purchase of the disc, take the disc home, you slot it into your video player, and you start watching the movie, right? Or you rent the disc. Now, that particular thing is now obsolete. It's not more useful because on your mobile phone, you could just go to Netflix and watch and play a movie and stream live and then enjoy yourself. So, in as much as we look at products around us, there are many products that over time might become obsolete. Google and OpenAI, they are fighting a battle of usefulness. Google.com, which is a search engine, and ChatGPT. If you check now, most of us, especially those who are technology like us, have access to ChatGPT. And most is if you want to search anything, it's either using Meta AI or using GPT or using Gemini, because you can get your direct answers instead of going to google.com, making a search and start scrolling through numbers of webpages to get an answer. So you can see that the usefulness of google.com is becoming obsolete based on a new product that was introduced called GPT, right? So you can see that for you to innovate, you need to look at where are people getting headache based on the trajectory of the trends around us, what might become obsolete in the next 5, 10 years. Personally, I think in the next 5, 10 years, anyone should be able to build a product from beginning to the end, both the UI and both the backend infrastructure, both the front-end infrastructure, without writing a single code. Because currently, a lot of research and products are being built to make writing code obsolete, right? So that's something we must pay attention to when we're talking about innovation as technology people. Now, the other part is what is possible is always changing. If someone has come to you and tell you that it is possible that we'll be on a call like this in 2025, talking wherever you are without meeting on a physical space, this is a lie. It's not possible for us to do a video call and many people join from different places. What was possible was just one person and it was a voice call. That was Skype, right? But now we have a technology like Zoom, like Google Meet, where we could talk to many people. All of us will turn on our video now and we can see ourselves from wherever we are around Nigeria. So what I'm trying to say basically is that innovation comes in when you try to think of what is possible can change. I followed through a product in America called Waymo. Waymo car as a service. So they have driverless cars where they don't have drivers, but you can order a Waymo. It parks in front of your house. You enter the vehicle, and the vehicle takes you to where you want to go. And what is driving the vehicle is a computer with a combination of computer vision and other type of simulation that's making it to identify where you are and where you're going. So you can see that what is possible is changing, and that gives us room for innovation. So if we want to innovate, or if you're thinking about innovation as a person, use these three lenses. It gives you a clear picture on what you can do. Look at Nigeria, for instance. Please mute yourself if you join. Okay, cool. Thanks, Josh. So if you look at Nigeria, well, a lot of problems. So that's a lot of room for innovation. We have a lot of things that are not useful in Nigeria today that we can start thinking of how can we make these things change so that we can create more value and remove the headaches and frustrations of people. And then you can start thinking of what is the future possibility that exists, right? In terms of what people want to do and how they want to go about their daily life. So these are the three areas to which give us room for innovation. So now, moving forward now, innovation isn't about the process, it's about the culture. I can remember there was a time Nokia and BlackBerry were the what? Were the phones, the smartphones of the then society. Everybody want, if you're not using this BlackBerry, you're not a big boy. But now what happened? A new phone, a smartphone has brought a new kind of culture, which is an iPhone, and it's the major market shareholder when it comes to smartphones across the world. So basically, what I'm trying to tell you here is that when yeah, the management of Nokia and BlackBerry said nobody's going to switch from using a type like your keyboard to a to typing on a screen that is not big. There's no room for you to hold the screen and type very well. Now you can see that going backward now, I've got a new kind of iPhone sorry, with more beautiful keyboard pad for you to use. And over time, the users, what did they do? They saw that there was a new culture being introduced by iPhone, a new way of doing things, right? And a lot of people left BlackBerry to iPhone. Over time again, Apple said, oh, we want to make this thing bigger. They make a bigger screen and they have iPhone. So what did the management of BlackBerry did? They now went ahead and introduced some parts keyboard, some parts screen. Still yet, you know, convert and use the mobile phone. So you can see that Nokia, they were innovating based on their processes. Oh, we love this, let us introduce this to our products. But what innovation is all about is about shaping culture. It's using a new way of life, a new way of doing things. Look at what China is doing in Nigeria. If they tell you that it is possible for you to be to and order a meal from the island and it arrives in an hour in Nigeria, you say it's a lie. What did they do? You brought a new kind of culture, a new way of making things easier, right? To make things easy to do. So it's not about you just sitting down in your office or at home and start thinking, oh, this process, how can we improve it? You're not going to be innovative that way. It's about how can we introduce a new way of doing things that will save us time, save us money, and make our life easy. These are the three things you get to see when you're innovating. You're trying to reduce the time people spend on making things, reduce the money and the cost. How can we make your life easier? So, in as much as talking about innovation, these are the little steps to see that you are imbibing the mindset of an innovator. And anyone involved, whether you're a designer or a product manager or a software engineer, and it's for everybody. You have to have this mindset that the whole goal of you building a product or you working for your company is that you want to make people to make their life, you want to make people's life better, right? So moving forward now, I would say based on what I got from this innovation there now, first the creation of new ideas, products, services. that disrupt the market, while scale means efficiently expanding a product or service to reach a larger customer base. And this will be the thesis of my conversation this evening. That how can we balance and then expanding this product to more people? Look at, for instance, Temu as an instance now. How many of us have seen Temu, have seen Temu as Nigerians? If you see their ad, Temu, Temu, how many of us have seen their ad? If have you seen their ad? George, anybody? Am I still on the call? Are you guys still following? Favor, are you there? How many of us are aware?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Cool. So, have you seen Temu ads before?
Can you revert? I didn't get you what you say.
Temu, Temu. It's a new app in Nigeria trying to get people's attention to use them.
Okay, yeah, I've seen that.
So you can see that this particular product, Temu, is trying to scale their business persons in Nigeria. And that's what our thesis will be all about today. How, as technologists or technology people, what can we balance creation of new products and balancing it with scaling? All right. So moving forward now, the very first thing I want to say is that innovation is doing hard things. Innovation is doing hard things. And the question then is, what then is hard things? When you say something is hard, so maybe somebody give you a task, or somebody your maybe at your workplace as an individual, you wake up in the morning and you say, "Oh, this thing is hard to do." What does that mean? That's something that will help us to understand what innovation means basically. What is something that is hard? How can we define what is hard? Right? So now, doing hard things basically is moving from a comfort zone to a point to which you can focus your energy, your time, your focus on that thing that seems like it is impossible. So, for instance, now, let's say George is a designer, Mary is a software engineer, and George is asked to make some set of screens for a product, right? In and deliver it in what? In 72 hours. No, 48 hours. That's about 2 days, right? Now, let's say it's a whole full-fledged product you're asked to build in 2 days, to design in 2 days. So the question is that you say, it is hard though. This particular task is hard. Or Mary, who is a software engineer, was told to develop an e-commerce application in 1 week. She will say this thing is very hard. It's hard though. Am I correct? So it shows that seemingly when you look at those two tasks, it feels like very hard. They're impossible to do. But you agree with me, it's because of two things. You still feel like this thing is impossible to do because uh, there might be some blockers that you might face, or you have some fears about that particular task, which can be valid. But that does not mean that that thing is impossible to accomplish within those period of time, right? So what I'm trying to say basically is that comfort zone is when you say, on the norms, I will need 3 weeks, 1 month, do that particular task. But if you want to be innovative about how you complete your job, to move from your main activities, you are moving that you are leaving your normal way of thinking, comfort zone, to a point where you can push towards this activity. Okay, what exactly are the components of this task? Let me break it down. Okay, so what is the biggest possible block I might face if I want to complete this project in 2 days? Do I need their support to complete this in 2 days? How many tasks, how many of the screens can I really do per 30 minutes? So breaking them down shows that I'm becoming innovative on how to complete that particular task. Using all kind, so basically, it just shows that you are not already breaking what seems hard in designing that screen. You're already breaking it down, and that is the point we call innovation. You are moving from your comfort and doing hard things. So, George and Mary, okay, I want you to unmute yourself and tell me this past week, what did you try to accomplish that seems very, very difficult or very, very hard, including favor also? Just unmute yourself and tell me what did you want to accomplish this last week that seemed probably maybe you actually completed it or you did it or you did not. Just tell us or put in the chat what did you exactly try to do the past week that seems very. Hello, are you guys there?
Okay, as for me, let me just share something that was so difficult for me. I actually had a plan of getting a book done. Like I was reading a book, so it was quite difficult for me. And I actually planned to have it done in a week. Unfortunately, I couldn't, but I was able to get it done today because of I think I sacrificed some time that I was supposed to have used it for something else to get that particular task done.
All right, thanks, Favor. So you see that what characterized that particular thing you say you want to do is complete a book in 1 week. It seems very hard to do. Reading a whole book cover to cover in one single week is something a lot of people is hard. But I can guarantee you that what will enable you to complete that particular desire or task is when you become innovative. You leave your comfort zone and then you move towards it. And this is something that defines the innovation process. What people seems comfortable with when you go towards at Google versus ChatGPT. Search. What the people I did, they went after doing the thing. Look at Elon Musk now with his SpaceX company. We're comfortable to spend on one rocket billions of dollars that is not reusable, a non-reusable rocket, right? But what did Elon say? Elon said, let us do these things, but it seems pretty hard. Now he wants to get humanity on Mars, a very difficult task, people will say. But I can guarantee you that what Elon will do or what he does is that he breaks down, oh, I want to read a book in 1 week. What do I need to do to read this book in 1 week? How many pages is the book does the book contain? How many pages do I need to read in a day? How many minutes do I need to dedicate to read this book? What day? What can I read this book and I will understand what it is inside? So you need to know those difficult questions to understand what are possible possible fear and what you want to innovate on. Right? So that process of you creating those brainstorming is a move from your comfort zone to doing hard things. Now, when it comes to balancing innovation and scalability, as we were talking about the topic, one of the biggest hard things to do is sales. How do you sell what you are building to people? Because that's what separates introducing a new product and scaling it. Difference is that some persons are the front front trying to get customers for a product, while some persons are at the back end building the product and making sure that customers can use it. But I can tell you that for you to become based on a team, for you to be the go-to person when it comes to providing value on anything, is that how are you living your comfort zone, helping the company sell and get customers? Either you're a designer, either you're a product manager, you're a software engineer, you're a data analyst. What determines that you yourself is being innovative on your job is when you can help your company convert customers. And this can be done in many ways. But this is not the focus of our conversation. Our focus is on a company-wide level. How does companies balance innovation and scalability? So now when it comes to scale, to sales, for instance, you begin to leave your comfort zone and move towards how to sell. Maybe first time you talk to one person, this is what we are building, come and use our product. Next thing you talk to the second person. Over time, you get to understand your customers, get to understand your product, get to have a superpower that can convince people to use that particular product. So, but again, is that selling is a difficult thing, it's a hard thing. And this is where a company to balance and then sell the product to many customers, they need to do a act called sales. Meaning they need to leave their comfort zone, go out to customers and go and sell. Talk to as many people that are the use cases of that particular product and learn to sell to these people. Learn to sell. Everybody on the team, especially if it's a startup, must learn to sell, learning to talk to customers, and learning to what to convince them that this is a product that help them eliminate reduce their frustration, help them save time, help them save money, and make their life better. So moving forward now is that as you do and go around this comfort zone and moving towards sales, what you see is that you are now creating a kind of business that is converting an opportunity into a solution. Remember our topic is, what's our topic again? Future-proofing digital solution, balancing innovation and scalability. So as you go about moving towards sales, learning how to sell to customers, learning how to take your product to the market, trying to convert customers, you will see that you're already seeing that, oh, this can become a business, a new kind of business, a new kind of culture that is helping people to make their lives better. And that is where our main focus will be now for the next few minutes. Now, when you see a new business, what that business is talking about is that Stephen Black would define a startup or a business that is an agri business in our generation, especially for digital products, is that a startup is a business looking for a repeatable and scalable business model. Look at the keyword, a repeatable and scalable business model. And basically, repeatable means that it can be done from end to finish, end to finish. The cycle can be completed, right? Scalable means that you use that cycle to get customers. If you give him money, how can you use little money to get 1,000 customers using that same process? So now let's give you an instance now. Let's say Mary owns a restaurant that sells food and she has five let's say five waitress, and she also has a security guy, and then has five cook. So that's 11 people plus Mary as the CEO. And they serve people around, let's say, Ikeja, uh, or let's say around, yeah, Ikeja under bridge. A lot of people come around from Computer Village and all those places to what to buy food, right, from them. Now, the process is that when you come to Mary's shop, what do? You sit down, a waitress comes to meet you. Are you guys listening? Please, I want you to put in chat that you're following my conversation. A waitress comes to you, and then what? You sit down, you place, oh, I want to buy a bar, 2,000 naira worth of a bar. And this is the meat I want you to have inside, and this is kind of soup I want, right? And then you give the person the order, person takes your order, the waitress takes your order and takes it to the kitchen, and they start preparing your food. Or if the food have been prepared, person brings your food and what, and then the waitress continues to other customers. So just imagine five waitress now and five cook. Now imagine they now have the one that they open their shop. They have, thanks Mary. Let's say they have 20 customers. From the look, five person, 20 customers. So each person will handle possibly two customers, right? So imagine they now have, that's a model. So they can repeat, one single person can come to their store, sit down, place an order, the waitress goes get the food from the cook and bring it to the person pay. That is a cycle of what? Of getting customers to use our food business to eat. That is what something that is repeatable. So you can repeat that same thing to 20 customers, to 200 customers. Now the question is, as you are increasing the number, what component of our business do we need to increase? So if five waitress and five cook can answer in a day 200 people, if we make that number 2,000, will five waitress and five cook be able to answer 2,000 people in one single day? I wanted to put the answer on the chat also. Do you think it will be possible? When they started out, they were using five people to manage 20 people, then five people to manage 200 people. Now, five people for 2,000 people. It will become stressful. Meaning that it is what? It is that model is not scalable, even though it is repeatable. But one day, one of our friends will say, I'm not coming to work, oh, go and do your job by yourself, because that process is not scalable to get to many persons. Now imagine now, um, Mary now sees child deck and say, okay, I want to start serving 2,000 people in 2025 from 200 last year. Now, instead of you coming to my store, order all your stuffs online with child deck app. Then I now increase my cook from 5 to 20, right? And then instead of not getting waitress, and I get five Okada men. So now 20 cook, same five waitress, we now have five additional bike men. That's what? 20 staff. With that model now, we've increased some variable in the business of Mary, right? So I want to answer now. Do you think this new variable that's been introduced to Mary's business made Mary to get those 1,000 customers with the new model? What do you guys think? Waiting for comment. So Mary increased her staff, just 10 people, right? To 20 cooks, same five waitress, five bike men now, plus a child deck app that allows them to serve a large audience. So do you think this business now is going to scale easily to those numbers because of the variable that's been introduced to our business? Anybody want to put a comment on the chat and continue? All right. So business model basically, as I've explained now, is all about creating value. One, value for your customers, and your customers what? Giving you value back, which is money. So it's all about you defining the value, create the value, and deliver the value and capture the value. So let me move forward fast. So what I've been explaining thus far is this. Mary, as she was starting her business in 2024, what happened that she has just five cooks, she has a restaurant, five cooks, plus one gate man. With that, she can be able to use a process where customer, myself, people, young lady, goes to our restaurant, we sit down and what? Eat. We as we sit down, a waitress comes to us, the waitress collects what we want to eat, takes it to the what? To the cooks, the cook dish, the waitress bring it to us, we pay, and when we are done eating, we stand up and go to our house. That is a repeated with a minimal cost because she has just one shop, right? Now, with that same number, she serve 200 persons in a day, every day, in 2024. Now, our goal for 2025 is that she to serve 2,000 persons. And I've asked, with those numbers, cannot serve 2,000 persons. What she needs to do is to scale her business. She needs to introduce some new variable into that business. And I said, to make it easier for us to understand, I said she can introduce a variable called increase the number of the posts from 5 to 20. That's one variable. Introduce, what's it called? Child deck app that she wants to use child deck to get the customers, right? Meaning that we need to what? Get bike people, delivery guys. That's 5 people. Our waitress at what? Plus the new variable of the work. With that now, she's still delivering the value with minimal cost, and she wants to capture value in a more significant way. That is what balances giving value and value for a business. So I was talking about replicability, doing the same thing, well, right? That scalability means growing fast in minimal resources. Now, let me give you another side of it. So imagine now that Mary wants to get 2,000 people for year 2025. And instead of Mary using the app, Mary decides to get what? Let's say we'll keep our 5 cook. Now get 50 workers for our business. Now let's ask, with that model now, will they be able to get and generate revenue from 2,000 people in a day? I want comments now. Do you think they will be able to generate revenue with that particular model they just introduced? Whereby for now we were having five um 5 cooks and 5 waitresses for 200 people in a day. Now they want to introduce 2,000 people in a day, and they are now adding it to 5 cooks and 50 waitresses. Do you think they will be able to meet their target of 2,000 people in a day? Favor, Damola, the Mary. Any person want to make a comment?
I lost you sometimes. Like I didn't get full of your question. Please, can you be reversed so that I can share
So,
my thoughts?
yeah, so what I'm saying basically is that there are three options now. When we were starting, they had five cooks and five waitress, right? Now, they have two choices to make. To increase their number of cook to 20, to 20, if their cook, waitress, five people, get five delivery guys, bike men, right? And then register on child business so people can order online. And the second option is that they keep their cook remaining as five or increase their waitress to 50. So which one do you help them get 1,000 per day? Anybody now? Which one do you think is best? Help them get their result of serving 2,000 people per day. May- Um, so what do you want to answer now?
I think I still find a bit to hear it though, but I think from what I was hearing,
Mm,
let me just say it. I go with the first one.
the first one. Why? Favor. Why do you think the first one?
I think the I didn't know if you spoke about the delivery men also. It seems like the numbers are, I don't know if they are more than the waiters, people that are actually waiting for those goods to be delivered to them. It's be like your network is shaky, so I can't really get the question clearly.
Oh, sorry. But what I'm saying basically is that the persons, the ones that get those numbers for Mary's business, as we've been saying, is that those that will require Mary to what? Register the business on Child Deck, right? Get more cooks from increase it from 5 to 20, and then get delivery guys 5, register a business on Child Deck, and tell people to order online. Compared to our retaining our 5 cooks, but getting 50 waitress. Meaning that for you to get 2,000 people, all of them must come to our store, our physical restaurant to come and eat. That way, she cannot grow fast because our restaurant will be very rowdy. And even though 50 waitress can handle 2,000 people, 5 cooks cannot handle 2,000 people because they will be coming in and the cooks will not be able to read because they are too small. But if she goes the other way, where she just increase our cooks from 5 to 20, right? Then introduce delivery guys that don't come to our restaurant. Order this food on Child Deck and we'll deliver to you within 30 minutes. That way, she can serve even more than 2,000 people because now she now control a means of serving and providing value for our customers. So which means that is delivering food with a minimal cost and generating revenue with a minimal cost, but significant increase because 2,000 people give hours, moment, money. So basically, this is where the balance between innovation and scalability. That as a business, as a product, as a designer, as a software engineer, you can help your company reduce the cost to which they create their value. Now, the value in software products can be the cost of hosting it, the cost of things around your infrastructure. And then that same, maybe you spend $20 a month for your AWS hosting and you are getting 200 customers. How can we increase that AWS dollars and not get 5,000 customers? That is what balancing innovation and scalability all about. Meaning that the product can create at most value to the customers. Customers can get to use it. It reduces their frustration, possibly save them money, possibly even save them time and makes their life better. Yet that is innovation. You're helping them to what? Solve their problem. But when you now balance it, scaling it is that the business can use, maybe it's $20 they pay to create that product and host it on AWS, for instance. Now, that $20 save just 200 people. They should be able to increase that cost maybe to about $100, about $50, but saving 5,000 people, saving 10,000 people, saving 100,000 people. That is what will make the product to what? To continue to create value and scale, because the meaning cost of delivering the value is very low, right? And the revenue the company will be generating is not high. And this is something that, as a technologist, this is what it means by balancing innovation and scalability, as Fifa said it today. So, in that sense, we will make it easy for our staff not to complain, for our staff not to murmur, for our staff to feel like they are using me. You understand what it for her to provide value for our target customers, folks that eat in a minimal way. She can get as many of them what to buy into our services, which is to purchase food. So moving forward now, that itself is what it means to balance innovation and scalability. So one of the things I feel like a lot of people might struggle with is the concept of scalability. I'll just go into it a little bit deeper, and then I'll not give you answers. So basically, when you are when you want to scale, a lot of people understand innovation, but the problem is the scalability part. So when you want to scale, the less variable you have, you can capture more value, and then what? We will make little or minimal increase to those variables. The cost, the human factor means that your product or your business is scalable. But if you have more variables, and with those variables, you cannot capture more value with it. You cannot generate as many customers with it in a significant way. That means that particular thing is not scalable, right? So scalability is that, using Mary's business, she has 5 cooks, people that cook the food, and 5 waitresses in her first year, 2024. Now, this is 2025. She wants to get 2,000 people per day. Now, the variables in her business is that she has cooks and she has waitresses, right? Now, for us to introduce new variable to our business, make it scalable easily, is that Instead of her increasing the number of waitress and leaving the number of same way, what if she increase the number of the cooks from 5 to 20? Keep the waitress as 5, but introduce a system to which customers cannot order for the food online, right? That way, our 20 cooks are preparing food in a very fast manner, right? Right? Then the waitress is handling the food, giving it to the delivery guys, and the delivery guys is capturing as many value as possible. One single delivery guy can deliver food to up to 5 to 6 persons on a single trip. That is what we mean by scalability. When that is why introducing variables to your business, things that make your business grow. But you must make sure that you use those things you introduce, capture more revenue for the product. That is what scalability is all about. Right. So let me skip this. So balance growth with internal processes. All these are mentioned about how really sales are business. So if you do growth at all costs, the business will be killed by the demand of value from customers. So if you say that, oh, I want to target 10,000 people this 2025, and if not introduce variables that will allow you to manage those numbers consistently, more customers will come. What will happen? They will make demand and the process will break. Let me give you a very good example, even with Chowder. There's a time that Chowder was giving everybody free brown paper with if you order in food, they will put that food inside their brown paper that is branded with Chowder. Over time, people love it, right? People were using it, they will order food, they will put inside their brown paper. They now saw that this thing is not bringing revenue. What they do? Added that if you want a brown paper, pay 200 naira, right? And that helped them to save the cost. If they had not done that and they did not innovate, what will happen? Customers will keep requesting for the brown paper and they will not pay for it. So in essence, yeah, so let me go back to, in essence, the crux of our conversation is that for you to balance, your must be able to balance using a repeatable process, right? Do the same service very well, right? But make sure that they can scale it by what? Delivering value with minimal increase in cost while capturing value from the customers by generating revenue from them in an exponential way. So that's the crux of our conversation, and that is how you can build digital products, balance innovation and scalability. So at this moment, Favor, I want over to you to moderate if there are questions.
All right, Damola. Thank you so much for such an interesting and enriching section we had with you. So I don't know if we have any questions to ask Mr. Shedrack and Sunday Enoch. Do you have any questions to ask? Please kindly unmute your mic and ask.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much for organizing this, and I wish to thank Mr. Damilola for the great insight and the knowledge he has imparted on us this evening. Thank you so much. Mine is not a question, just to commend the great work. And I don't know if possibly we can have an offline conversation. Either you share your email with us so that We'll reach out and see areas of possible collaboration to ensure tech inclusion in what we do. I and my colleague Enoch have been in the call because of how valuable we value this webinar and how important we know tech can be in almost every aspect of our society. Thank you.